here we go. We're off to Cherbourg, and then from Cherbourg to Alderney. The adventure begins. So we're ready to go. We're off to Cherbourg, and from Cherbourg to Alderney, which is a Channel island, which is an English island just off the coast of Normandy for you American friends. And there we're going to be treasure hunting with SiFinds and Nicola White of Tightline Art. So we're here in Cherbourg in Normandy, and we're going from Cherbourg to Alderney. But anyway, we just passed this nice shop. Look at those. Bonjour. And look at that. And look at her, the most beautiful woman in the world. And can you tell we're by the sea? And this is the theatre, because it says so on the front. So we're going to get a coffee, because you know I like coffee. And down there is the port. And there's my coffee. Thank you very much for my coffee getters. I really, really appreciate it. It's what keeps me going, keeps me videoing, my coffee. And of course, sometimes, one of these. So I want to tell you a story. Because to get to Alderney, I'd have to get from Monaco to Paris, to London, to Southampton, to Guernsey, and then finally to Alderney. I thought I'd be clever, and I would go to Cherbourg and get a helicopter to Alderney, so I could fly in like Robert Duvall at the end of Apocalypse Now and come in style. Well, was going by helicopter to Alderney tomorrow morning at 10:30, and about an hour ago I got a message saying there's going to be fog and rain and the helicopter is cancelled. We'll send you your money back. Quite a lot of money. But anyway, how am I going to get from Cherbourg to Alderney? There's no boats running between Guernsey and Alderney. So anyway, I'm in the morning, I'm getting a ferry to Guernsey. I can't fly out of Guernsey to Alderney tomorrow because all the flights are booked, because apparently some ladies are playing golf and have booked all the planes. But I'm getting a plane on Saturday to get in there first thing in the morning. So I should be meeting up with Si and Nicola first thing Saturday morning and staying at the Blonde Hedgehog, no less. So anyway, life and life switch patterns, they're here to please. Anyway, I'm in this rather lovely restaurant called Pilly. Anyway, it's very lovely and I recommend it. Anyone coming to Cherbourg, and it overlooks the harbour. Let me show you. And there you go. So here we are at the ferry. We're going to get a ferry, not a helicopter. We're going to Jersey, rather going in a day. We're going to stay overnight in Jersey and then get the flight to Alderney, all 3.5 seconds of it. So anyway, I made it through and I'm charging myself, my phone and my watch. This is delete. Anyway, yes, this is where it is. And that is the boat. And this is about $70 from Cherbourg. And this is the harbour for the ferry port. And I'm feeling seasick already. A perfect English breakfast on the island of Guernsey. Well, here I am in Guernsey and couldn't fly in by helicopter, swooping down like something from Apocalypse Now or Black Hawk Down, or maybe wouldn't want to be that. But anyway, because the weather's going to be terrible, it's going to be raining and there's going to be no visibility. So they said last night, and look at it. You can see all the way to Sark, which is 10 miles away. That out there is Victor Hugo. Now, Victor Hugo actually lived here for a large period of time, like 15 years, because he got thrown out of France because he was a radical and he was a Republican, i.e. against the king. And good old Napoleon III, whose coins I find all the time, banished him. And he went to Brussels, and the Belgians went, oh no, anti-royalist, oh, we've got an emperor, oh, please go away. So he went to London, and then I suppose he didn't think much of that, and he came to Guernsey, where he stayed because he found out there was a law that said if you owned a house here, they couldn't extradite you. And this is his monument. Now, this is the back end of it. And so I'm going to walk around. Now, this is my magic button that makes it go up and down and pan and scan and all that good stuff. So I'm going to go around it and give you a look at Victor Hugo in all his majestic monumentalism. Now I can't see whether you can read that through my viewfinder. This is tiny. But anyway, there's the man. Mr. Miserable himself. His name in gold. Illuminated for, I was going to say posterior there, posterity. Wow, this camera's good. I'm wobbling around and I think you saw it was quite stable. Anyway, here we are, Guernsey, Victor Hugo, and a pretty park, lovely weather, no helicopter. Never mind, eh? Now I've just glued a new lens on the Pocket 2, which comes with the kit, which is really good because you put that in your pocket and everyone looks at you and goes, what is that thing? It looks like the sonic screwdriver from Doctor Who or something out of Star Trek or whatever. But anyway, you can put a little lens on it with a magnet, and I don't know what it does because I didn't read the manual. Who does? And so I just thought I'd put it on and take a shot and see what it does. Let's go around and see what it looks like looking the other way. Now I'm suspecting this is wide angle, and I'm going to clip it off and see what it does. So it did something. Yeah, I think it's wide angle. Anyway, that's the difference. I'll see when I get to edit it, because you know the screen is about the size of your thumbnail, so you can only get a very, very vague idea of what you're looking at. It's not bad, it's really, really rather good, but you know, things like aspect ratios and even anything that's not right in your face or like this, you can't really see it on the screen. I see, I look at the screen now and I'm just a tiny, tiny little head floating on a very, very tiny little screen. Anyway, experiment over. So this is what the carrying case looks like. There's two plugs. There's a Android plug and an iPhone plug. So you can plug your iPhone into this. And then there is where the lens goes, the spare lens. And you just fold it up and light in there. And as you can see, very small. Oh, here's a tripod, which you can unscrew and screw to the bottom of this if you've got the little attachment that you can put on to it. You can also put an extra battery on for extra battery life. So very compact and very good. So far, I'm loving it. Well, the quality is really what makes the difference. My Sony camera, which I love, you know, it's a 10, 15 years old technology, and it's, I wouldn't say blurry, but it's not as sharp and as nice as this. And of course, if you've got a $4,000 SLR camera, then you'll get even better than this. And then if you light it with funky lights, you get even better than this still. But for something that's the size of a stick of gum, or a little bit, just a little bit bigger than that, the results are absolutely wonderful. And that's what you need for run and gun. So that is a cream tea with Guernsey cream and jam in a scone or a scone, depending on where you're from. Small compensations, but tasty ones. Well, up at 5:30 to Guernsey Airport, which is very modern, very small. Well, yes, very small in comparison to, say, Heathrow or JFK. It's tiny. But anyway, we're in the queue for the metal detector. And we're going to get the plane at 7:30. And it's a 25-minute flight, but I think it's probably a 5-minute flight and a 20-minute of taxiing. Anyway, by the time we get to Alderney, I might even be awake. So now I'm waiting for a flight for Alderney. And I'm half awake. But it might not remain the status for very long, because I might just pass out at any minute. You can do yays now.
Hello, all right, mud lovers.
Hello.
How are we doing? Yeah, can't wait to get out on these fields. Never been detected, apparently. Never been detected. So that's what they all say, but you know. I'm sure we'll get some luck.
The king and the queen of mudlarking, Nicola and SiFinds. I always called him Sci-Fi, but it's SiFinds. I don't know what's wrong with me. But anyway, and you know me, I'm on the other side of the camera, Chill Bill, the grandfather of mudlarking. And I'm hoping that I'm going to be filming not up my nose, but I can't really tell. And this is my new experiment with the DJI Pocket. They haven't sponsored me, but they might. Well, of course, first find of the day, and it's by the car, and it's a big lumpo lead. Very big lumpo lead. I mean, it looks like a bullet, but it's much too big. So it must be some kind of weight, or other. Could be Roman, of course. Weigh it and see if it's a Roman weighing unit. 3 grams, 6 grams, that sort of thing. Anyway, not bad. Good start. So, first find of the day, a tailor's thimble. And it's by the car. So it's like 6 feet away from that big lead lumpo. So, yeah, a little bit of a hotspot here. Yes, nice. So, second find of the day, a bit of bronze. That could easily be a bit of a Roman coin. Probably not. SiFinds couldn't bend it, so it's not made out of lead. Well, just dug a big hole. Well, not that big, but it's just on the edge of being diggable here. So I can just about get into it. And once you're into it, the soil under it is kind of easy to move around. But anyway, got a nice find in here. Have a look. So that, if I'm not mistaken, is a weight. Oh, there you go. And that's a scale weight. Shouldn't think it's too old. Well, it is old. I mean, it's 1900s. You can see under there, you see those file marks. That's where they would have filed it down a bit to get it right on the weight after they cast it. Nice patina, nice patina. So, it's a weight day today. Oh yes, 2 weights. One really old one, and one not quite so old. Not bad in the first 25 minutes. My first little hammered copper, the sort of thing I find all the time in France, in my hand here. And there it is. Don't know what it is. I'm sure there's books full of what they are, but I'm guessing that's sort of 1700s, 1600s. And I respect it would have been heavily influenced by the French, because the English didn't like copper coins, really not until Charles II did they start doing copper. And I would say that's probably earlier than Charles II in the UK. So 1600s, maybe 1700s. Farthing. Widow's mite, as they would have called it in the Middle East. Sigh.
Yeah, it's a moustache, right?
It's not a ball ring, it's a sigh moustache. So this just came up. Because when you get one of these, you think immediately, oh, it's half of a ball nose ring, but it's not, because that's not half a ring, and there's no sign of a hinge or anything. So that, to me, looks really, really old. That, to me, looks like some kind of crazy Celtic thing, or some Roman thing. And, you know, it's the sort of thing you'd put on in your hair. Because there's a lot of these so-called Celtic ring monies, which are gold rings with a split on, and they're not money at all, they're actually hair rings, and women would plait their hair through them. And I know this because I've got a whole load of Egyptian ones which are in stone, and they did exactly the same thing then. But that, to me, that says Celtic or Roman, and that's a nice thing. Look at the patina on that.
Yeah, it's lovely, man. I think it could even be a brooch, you know, part of a brooch. Maybe it's missing the bits on either end to clip it in. Possibly, but
could be
one to research, I reckon.
Could happen. Yeah,
it's a beautiful little thing.
That is a thing. That is
patina, patina.
Patina, mate, patina.
Good work. Keep going, man. A little bit of
dust. Yes, right.
Just a dust fest.
Yes, well, it was because I emptied it all out and then it just went everywhere into my non-dust compartment. Well, that's the sort of thing we've come here for. Let's see if we can find some more. Well, would you look at that? I wonder if the treasure chest is below. Never is, but you can always hope. Lots of finds here, loving it. Anyway, dug to the centre of the earth and got this, a tag with 3 holes in it, which I associate with a military tag, but you know, it doesn't mean it is. And there it is, a tag at about a foot, right down there, full length of the pinpointer. Yeah, that was quite a dig. So Jim's got this watch, gold-plated watch. It's got a nice little dial on there, look at that. And it looks like it could be plated, but sometimes you can think it's plated, and when you clean it up, it's not, or it's silver gilt, so it's silver with gold plate. And that's a flashy dial, actually. As a horologist, I would say that that's not the dial of a very cheap watch. So, nice one. So here we are, a little coin. Well, there's Liards coming up here. I would say it's probably just a little denier. But on the other hand, I don't know whether they had their own that they minted here. But the second one of these little farthings. So this little coin just came out of this big hole, and you did not want to see me dig it up. It took forever and it escaped me. But there it is, a little sou or denier, depending on what you want to call it. I suspect it's French, because most apparently of the coins that come out of this island are indeed French. Getting lots of fun finds. It just came up, which is a anchor buckle piece, and that would be part of a buckle, and that would go into the cloth there, and that would be on the buckle or something like that. And that's nice patina as well. That's going to be, I should think, 1700s, like the coins. So a very nice find. And over there is SiFinds and Nicola White from Tideline Art doing their thing. Well, that's a British 10p. Maybe even spendable. Well, never mind. English coinage. What is this place? Oh, it's Britain, isn't it? Yeah. 2p. Good old British 2p. So there we have a musket ball, most probably. It's a round sphere of lead, so you'd think it was going to be a musket ball. It's a bit knobbly though, but who knows. So found another nice little find. I just dug to the centre of the earth for a bit of iron, but moved on a little bit and I found this tiny little artefact. There it is. A British soldier, no less, firing his musket, is it maybe? Who knows? Yes, lead soldier. Simon's just found a cesium, which is from like 1680, 1700, and it's a 6. So we've had a 1, a 2, and a 3 French, and now a 6. And I got a signal, and it looked like it was on the surface, and I thought, oh no, no, ring pull, no. But I dug it up, because you've got to dig it all. You've got to dig it all, and I've got a little coin. Let me show you. And there she blows, and I think that's what they call a double, which is a kind of Victorian farthing, and it's called a double, and it's a single double, but it might not be. It might be something completely different, but that's my wild guess, because you can see not much to be seen on the coin bleh. There's not much to be seen on the coin at this stage. Oh, I'm going to get down for this snake soup. Good idea. There you go. This is what we found, and it's a, let me make sure I got it on camera. So that is a bit of copper pipe, maybe, I don't know. What do you reckon, Si?
Yeah, thin. It looked like it might be like a barrel tap at first, you know, like where
Yeah.
you pour beer out of, but it's quite thin.
Yeah.
Thin copper. So yeah, your bog standard copper pipe cut off.
And this is called the gannets because there's a rock covered in gannets down there, flying around going bark, 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 bark. And well, not chickens, but you know what I mean. There's Si and Nicola taking in the vibe. So we're on a beautiful, beautiful field right by the sea, and up has come a nice little bagsill. Oh yes. So have a look at the view. It's not bad. Well, just found something, and Simon is squirting the embellishment. Minty fresh.
Yeah, mouth freshener. It's cool. I like it. It's like a little pewter, I don't know, like decoration off of something.
Oh yeah, look at that.
It's got an, you know, probably some enamelling as well.
Enamelization.
That's the stuff. Yeah, good find, Clem. Don't know what it is, but you know, half the stuff we don't know what it is, to be honest. So
it's definitely a thing. And oh, it's got like a little, oh yeah, plenty of embellishments. First find of the day, cleaned by Mr. Squirty himself, SiFinds. Mystery lady has found
a squirter.
a coin.
No, I don't. Oh, this.
Yeah, it just gets it wet and you can work out clean it.
It's a Jersey, Guernsey, or one of them islandsy thingies, and it's a it will say on it. Well, yeah, go on in. Give it some squirty action. It's a new 2p.
Oh, a new pence.
It's a 2p.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, it's a tuppence.
It's a 2p or not 2p. That's the question. There's a 2p.
2p
A newish 2p.
Oh yeah.
So here I am on a nice field on a magnificently beautiful day on the Isle of Alderney, which is in the Atlantic Sea just off of Normandy, which are British islands, and it's a stunning day and I'm going to get a lovely sunburn, but I don't care. And we're going after lots of artifacts. You've just seen one that I just found, which is maybe a hat bag, don't know, interesting bit of decoration, and we've got miles and miles and miles of beautiful land to go for. So let's see what we can find. What we've been finding up to now is a lot of French coinage from the 1700s, which is always nice to find. I'm very used to finding it, and I'm identifying it for SiFinds and for Nicola White, and for pretty much everybody, because that's what I dig all day. And here it is, lots of it. So yes, Alderney is very interesting, very small population of, I think, 1,800 or 2,500 people. A bit of a time bubble, feels like the 1970s to me. Very nice, everybody's very, very friendly, everybody knows everybody. It's typical of that beautiful thing that is island life. We think this is a double turnoir, which would have been from 1600s, sometimes could be as early as 1500s, but normally there's 1600s and sometimes a late, or rather early 1700s. And so that would be 2 units, I reckon, a £1 coin. And Sci-Fi, who's having his breakfast, his chocolate breakfast. is our second coin in about 10 minutes.
Hey, yep, 1781 was the previous one, and that baby.
So German and France, bang bang, so to speak. Beechcraft. There's Simon getting B-roll.
Me.
Well, it's kind of been slim pickings, but I've been moving very, very slow. After yesterday's detectathon, I'm sort of like bumbling around, you know, and sitting down and talking to SiFinds, putting him off, and you know, just finding bits and bobs. But anyway, I've gone up here being here, and I've got a nice find, and it's in my hand. Oh yes, it's, well, I mean, I tell you, I thought it was a bottle top because it's right on the surface. But they're not ploughing this anymore. They used to plough it, but they're not ploughing it anymore. But anyway, this old find was pretty much just below the grass. So have a look. And there it is. And that is a nice buckle. Let's take it off. So that is probably 1700s, although it might actually be considerably older. I would place that in the 1700s, but you don't know until you know. Very, very, very nice indeed.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Now I'm expecting this to be a buckle.
Yeah. Oh, that's a nice one.
It's like the other half of the one I found earlier. Oh, it might actually be.
Nice. That's a good buckle.
Let's find his brother.
Oh, flipping heck. That's awesome.
I don't think it's the same. It's close.
Well, it's very close, isn't it? Yeah, well, if you'd have had them on different feet, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference, would you? Yeah, what do you reckon on age on that? About 1700?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. I'd like to say earlier, but that's probably what it is.
Yeah. Wicked. Nice pair of buckles you got
Yes. Silver buckles on his shoes.
there.
This is my excited face. This is my excited face. It's not valuable, but it could be a really, really nice thing. I think it's a coin weight. Have a look. So that, I think, is a coin weight. I could be wrong, but I think that's what it is. Now, when we clean it up, it might have some writing on it, and which will say what weight it is. But anyway, that's, I think, a nice find. Well, I've got an interesting spot here. Just pulled this up. Looks like a sestertius, but isn't. It's a lead disc. It's the sort of thing that they used to use as either weights or sometimes as gaming counters. So, don't know, but have a closer look. So there it is. You can see that was very round at one stage. It got clonked by maybe the plough. And it's very thick, so it's too thick to be a sill, really. So I'm guessing it was some sort of round weight. It might have a pattern on it there. In fact, I think I can see one, but you know how I can see things that aren't there. But you see there's like an edge there, there's like a crown there. Yeah, I think that might actually be what's on there, so I think that's quite interesting. We like that a lot. So here we have what's left of a big lead buckle. I don't think I've ever found a lead buckle before. Obviously not famous for tensile strength or whatever you want to call it. Look at that, bendable. And I suppose the rest of it just got busted off by the plough blow or whatever, maybe just shattered. But anyway, lead buckle, that's the first for me. Well, I don't know what that is, but it's some sort of medallion, I think, or fancy button, one of the two. But it seems to have a pretty big pattern on there. So that would be amusing to find out what that actually is. This is my excited face. This is my excited face. I've got a coin here. I've never found a coin like this. And it's got writing on it. It's exciting writing. It seems to say 1 pistol. I don't know what that is. But anyway, it rings a bell. It's sort of like pirate money pistols. But this is too round and regular to be anything, you know, out of South America. But anyway, it's a tiny little coin. It might even be silver, probably not. But anyway, have a look. So there it is. It's actually really small. It says 1 pistol, hexa something or other. I don't know what it says, to be honest. And on the other side, currently, it says nothing. So I'm going to clean it up and see what we've got. Going to bomb me. So Jim has dug me a bit of buckle. And there it is. A bit of shoe buckle, I suppose. I don't know. Any old buckle. Some buckle. A buckly bit.
Let's have a listen.
That had a meeting with the plough at some point. Yes, and I'm going to go out and have a sniff at his coin signal. So Jim's doing a live dig. And if I was doing it, it'd be a half-dead dig. Because after 3rd day of treasure hunting, I'm not the sprightliest. And I'm saying it's a double turn one.
It's in the clone.
See, why is it when I watch someone else do it, I know exactly where it is, and when I do it myself, I can never find it? It's a bit of wire. Ooh, a big bit of wire. A very big bit of wire. There we are. Pure silver. Aluminum. No wonder, good signal.
There's something going on in this area, Cam.
Yeah, it's full of rubbish. And there was a fire pit up there and what looked like a shell crater full of shrapnel. And so I think this is... Oh, okay.
There's a bit of it in there.
Cleaning up ordinary. This is my excited face. This is my excited face. Jim and I, that's Jim there. We got a really nice coin, I'm pretty sure. And it's in the dirt there. And it's very, very deep. And for me, it's quite a good signal, but a deep one. And for Jim's XP Gold, you just about hear it, which kind of gives you a feeling of the difference between having the brand spanking new all-singing, all-dancing machine and having a great machine from a few years back. We both would have got it, but it's much easier for me. But anyway, let's see what we've got. Let me just turn it around. And it's in here. Go on, Jim, do the pinpoint, do the honours.
Well, you can see it just peeking out.
Oh, you got better eyes than me. Oh yeah, there it is. And that's a big old coin.
Could still be a button.
I reckon that's going to be your 8 doubles.
I think you're right. Double. 8 double.
Doubles. Doubles.
Who's counting?
He's hybrid French.
Peach. Lovely one.
Look at that. Look at that. 1911. 19. Yes. Modern. 8 doubles. So that'll make that 16, don't you? And there we go. The 3 lions of England. Well, not in this case. Jersey. I can't. It's covered in mud.
Oh,
Guernsey.
There's an extra E in it.
Ah. E.
No monarch.
No
monarch.
No monarch.
No queen or king or anything like that.
No George the whatchamacallit. George V? George V, yeah. Look at that. How Republican can you get? Anyway, in the pocket that one goes. Lovely. Now, the interesting thing about these, found one yesterday, so I looked it up. Of course, these are really, 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 really rare numismatically because they were like made for this little island or a couple of little islands, and there weren't many people there, so they wouldn't have minted many of these. But the only one thing rarer than these coins is collectors of them. So they're basically free if you want to go collect them. Anyway, in the pocket with this one, 1911. Anyway, we've got this nice little thing here, draw handle, a scutcheony thing, I think probably, a nice little pattern. at about a foot, and everything I'm getting is at about a foot, which this Deus is, you know, amazing. But you know, sometimes when it's a bit of iron or a bit of rubbish, you wish you hadn't got so much depth. But on the other hand, it's nice to have. I've got a German bullet from a Mauser, and there it is. Probably got a date on the back that says when it was made. Does it say 32, 42? Don't know. Not a big fan. Jim's going to dispose of it for me because I don't want it in my baggage when I go on an aeroplane. That would not be happy. We think we've got a coin, or it could be a bullet, because there's these German bullets in here and coins, and they all give roughly the same signal, but we've kind of narrowed it down to a little pile of dirt, and we're going to uncover it for you so you can see it for the first time. Like, we are seeing it. And here we go. What's that?
It's a coin with a shank.
Oh, one of those shank coins. Yeah, people used to carry that money on their jackets, you know.
There it is.
Let's have a look. So, Celtic jacket money. So on Guernsey there was a huge half-ton of silver Celtic coins found a few years back, and they built a special museum for it. It had gold talks in it and all sorts of things. They picked them out one at a time over a period of about 2 years, because when Julius Caesar came along, the tribes thought it was a good idea to collect all their money together, stash it on an island, and obviously they never came back for it. Well, we've got a nice thing here, a little bit of a bitzer. If you know, post below. That is it. It looks like some sort of hinge to me, but I could be wrong. It's a bitzer. What is that? It's a bitzer metal.
Bit of buckle.
If you know, post below. Nice little button. Sort of, I don't know, late 1700s, early 1800s. Tiny little signal. Extracted by Jim here. So Nicola's looking great, but she's got the kiss of Deus. There, look at that. Oh,
and it looks worse than it is.
That's Nicola's kiss of Deus, and this is my kiss of Deus here. So I'm obviously made of sterner stuff. These the fairest.
I know, it's pretty horrible, isn't it?
The fair agenda. I mean, that looks like you've been mauled by a bulldog or something, you know.
It looks worse than it is. It's because it's been rubbing up against the thing when I've been swinging the detector.
You're just gentle skin, you know. Anyway, I've got a little button, which is not pesky at all. You know who? We like them buttons. That is definitely a beaut.
Well, maybe I'll go for that one. But I'm just.
So we got a nice signal down here, and Jim is doing the honours. And he is Mr. Pinpoint. He gets it right in the middle every time, unlike me. Ooh. Oh, well, where's the treasure chest that went along with it? Now that is an old escutcheon. That really is an old keyhole. That's a very old keyhole. Yep, that is really old keyhole. That's potentially even medieval. Potentially even Roman, actually. Either that or it's a number 8. Okay, well that's rather wonderful.
Interesting shape.
Well done, Jim. Well, that is an old keyhole or a number 8. Could be either, but I'm guessing that is a keyhole. Well, we're thinking that's a bit of spoonage. It might not be. It's very heavy. I think it's a bit of leadage. I think it's a lump of leado, but could be a bit of spoonage. Could put it in the pocket. It's very heavy. Oh, and there's a nice signal over there for Jim. Yep, it's a digger. This is my excited face. This is my excited face. It's the best signal so far, and it's in the clump. But, you know, gonna probably cust it now. But let's have a look. We're gonna break the clump open and see what we got. Okay, we're ready to go.
If it's a coin, it's a big one, Clem.
Celtic ring money.
It's lead.
It's a lead donut. Oh yay! It's a high denomination Celtic ring money. What would that be, for goodness sake, in lead?
I have no idea.
A lead washer.
Look at that. Hell of a signal.
Yeah, well, no wonder it's the best signal of the day.
Yeah.
Just not the best find.
Oh well.
That is a lead donut. And if you know what they're for, as you know, if you know, post below. If you have an idea, post down here. And if you have a thought, posting won't go to naught. I can't think of any more rhymes this time. This is my confused face. Just found this. It's a big lead lumpo. For something or other. If you know, post below. Yeah. Big round lead lumpo. So here are the finds of today. Look, lead lumpo. Another lead lumpo. I say it's a palm guard. They made it and immediately lost it, so there's no holes in it. Something like that. That will be a draw escutcheon and the knob will poke through that, that's my guess. Then we've got some buttons, some Budoni, little buttons. A bit of pewterage spoonage. A bit of a buckle. I don't know, mystery item number 1 or 2 or 3 maybe even. And this keyhole, I'm sure it's a keyhole, or a number 8 with no obvious usage. And finally the 8 twos, the 8 doubles, the octo double. Well, it's a 16, isn't it? Because it's 8 twos, you know, 16 from 1911 with the emblem on it and no monarch. And this is some of the sort of things that Jim finds. Loads of bullets. And he takes all the iron out, which I don't even bother digging up. And we thought that was maybe a little bit of Roman tileage. But we didn't find anything else Roman in there, though lots of lead. So there are my finds for the day on the beautiful island of Alderney. And I've been burnt to a crisp, but I'm going to have a lovely suntan if it doesn't all fall off in the bath in 2 days. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe and like. And thank you very much, coffee fans, for all those coffees, because I tell you, every little counts big to me, because I know you care. Action speaks louder than words, and coffee speaks louder than tea. See you soon. Bye now.